A new Emma Thompson movie is always a good thing, but when she describes it as one of her favourite roles ever, that makes it a must-see. It's the first time Emma has come to Australia to promote a film, and that's largely due to her respect for its Australian director, Sophie Hyde. The movie is called Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, and it deals with everything from the shame women feel about their own bodies to preconceived notions about sex workers in a wryly funny way. I sat down with Emma and her co-star, newcomer Daryl McCormack, who plays Leo Grande. Emma Thompson is one of the most beloved actresses in the world.
Good evening, Mr. Brown. I am Nanny McPhee.
Not only starring in hit films, but often writing them too.
I'm not married.
No.
And with just one scene in Love Actually, she broke all of our hearts.
Oh, but now, old friends,
Oh, my God.
they're acting strange.
Emma Thompson. Sense and Sensibility.
She's won 3 BAFTAs, 2 Golden Globes, an Emmy and 2 Oscars that she keeps in her loo. And she gives the best award speeches.
I'd like to thank the entire cast. Even though they were all vile to me because I'd written it. Principally the Winslet girl, of whom I'm very fond, in spite of her youth, talent and beauty. And obviously Harvey and Spriggs were very difficult because they actually knew Jane Austen.
She even, many years ago, turned down Donald Trump when he asked her out on a date. So she's smart too. And she knows how to shed her inhibitions, dancing like nobody was watching at an Adele show. But in her new movie, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, she sheds all her inhibitions.
So I've made a list of things that I'd like to get through.
Oh, I think we'll certainly make a significant dent in it.
Emma, can you tell those who haven't seen the film, tell us about Nancy?
She's just one of my favourite characters. She's my age, she's 63. She's done everything right. She's been a very good girl. She's done her exams. She's gone to university. She's married somebody. Nice, you know. She's been a teacher. She's had 2 children, 1 boy, 1 girl. She's done everything right. And she's deeply repressed and unhappy. She feels that she's missed out on so much. Therefore, to me, her experience is very common. Don't mock me, I'm a teacher. Old habits die hard. Nancy's the person who, in most films, next to the person doing something interesting. And for the first time, the camera's shifted and Katie Brand has written a story about her. And then she meets this extraordinary young man.
I'm Leo, you must be Nancy. May I come inside?
Yes.
Well, she's booked a sex worker in a hotel room in daylight too. I'm just going to throw that one in. I found that quite surprising, that it wouldn't be evening.
Cheaper.
Oh, very good.
She's a teacher.
That's right.
And also because Sophie wanted the light not to be obvious. So the daylight was just fascinating to me.
Director's technique, an Australian director's technique.
Australian, she's a great director. And one of the reasons I made this extremely long, unique journey to Australia for the first time to publicise a movie, you know, it's a lot of carbon to spend. And there's a very, very good reason to be here. To come to her place of birth, you know, and say, what an incredible woman, what an incredible director you have here. You know, she's going to make you very proud.
Yeah. Now, Nancy.
This is crazy.
Nancy?
It's terrible. It's wrong.
Nancy?
Yes?
Let's go to bed.
Okay.
What was it about this that you said, I've got to be part of this?
I just loved how individual these people were. They have such different stories, they come from completely different walks of life, and yet they have such a profound impact on each other that really sets the tone and sets the kind of trajectory for the rest of their life once they leave that room. What would you most desire? I mean, desires are never mundane. And it being a 2-hander all set in one room just felt like such an endeavour. And then seeing Emma on, you know, was some... Was all right.
That was all right?
Was all right.
Yeah, you said,
Was
oh,
just
that's okay. Yeah.
I've been very bad today, miss. You might have to keep me behind after class.
Okay, stop it.
No, I know, miss, but we could just...
Safe word.
We don't have a safe word.
What sort of response have you had from audiences?
I've been fortunate enough to receive some messages online from sex workers just saying that they felt so proud to see what their story was represented on screen. which was obviously very heartwarming.
Did you talk to some?
Yes, yeah. Sophie allocated a time during the rehearsal for me to speak to, I think, 3 or 4 sex workers, maybe 5, both men and women. And the main objective was to really just listen to their story, listen to what brought them into sex work, what they enjoyed about it, some of the challenges at times, and then to just really hopefully carry their spirit into who Leo was. You want to talk about my mother, really?
Well, you brought her up.
Well, now I'm dropping it.
But seriously.
She doesn't know.
I guess I'm frustrated.
I've just had fantastic responses from all sorts of people, actually. Young women, many women who've said that they just felt better. They just felt released. And you can only change that by making radical, revolutionary moves. And this film is that, as well as being fun and a deeply pleasurable experience. And that's the key. And I think that that's why it reaches inside people in a way that is quite unusual these days. I have felt more alive in this last month than I can ever remember.
Did you feel that release too, being part of it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was very helpful. This ridiculous iconography that we've created around ourselves, that we've got to look this way, it's just nonsense. You know, I'm brainwashed, brainwashed from a very young age. And so those neural pathways are quite difficult to shift. But, this is one way of doing it. And if you want to see change, you better be the change. You're the only adventure I've ever had.
Incredible film. So last night I did a Q&A with Emma and Daryl and director Sophie Hyde at one of the cinemas in Newtown at Grande. And to watch the audience reaction to it was just incredible, because I'd seen it by myself, and to just watch the audience, and they were just, laughing, crying. It's one of those ones that has all the feels. And what she was saying about the preconceived note, how women hate their own bodies, just hate our own body. We're ashamed of them. We don't want to look. And, there is a scene where her character looks at herself in the mirror fully naked at one stage. And it's a groundbreaking thing to happen in cinema.
Yeah.
It really is groundbreaking, and it makes you address all of the preconceived notions you have about yourself and how women feel about themselves and so far. And she was answering questions about that because the audience was able to ask questions last night. She was answering questions about that. And there were men in the audience who were saying, I feel the same thing, and this has made me think about it a different way. And at the same time, it is hilarious. In parts, it is absolutely hilarious. It's just so well done.
She's the best, isn't she?
Yes.
And this newcomer looks fantastic as
Daryl
well.
McCormack from Ireland. Did you pick it?
I did. Not from the movie. No.
He's absolutely incredible in it. Emma's next role has an Australian connection as well. Of course, she's playing Miss Trunchbull in the new Matilda movie, and all the songs in that are written by our own Tim Minchin, and she has embraced that role as well.
Oh,
wow. That's perfection. Good luck to you, Leo Grande. Don't miss it. That opens in cinemas around Australia on the 18th of August.
Oh, fantastic.